don't think that there's going to be some hopeful dream of peace in America, because that's just not what's coming to America. And at the same time, the prophecy has to come to pass in Revelations that says those who put in captivity will go into captivity, right? So there's so many things at play. It's prophecy, it's politics, it's it's all these different things at play, and it's happening in real time. So, man, so this is just the beginning, because while Tyson is in the news, you can also see this with different tech companies. Now, as an entrepreneur, as somebody that's a freelancer, this is a benefit to us because they obviously outsource these projects to freelancers. Okay. And so even if you are in Africa, and a lot of you guys know this, like continental Africans, and whether you're in Tanzania, Kenya, Ghana, you're a professional and you're good with storytelling, you're good with all of these different things, you can actually freelance with these companies. So it's a benefit for you. It's a benefit for you in that way, that you're able, especially if you speak English and if you speak multiple languages, you can come into some of these virtual places. And by the way, you don't even have to leave Africa to do this. You can step into these virtual realms on LinkedIn, the way that we teach people. You can go into these different virtual job boards, these different things, and have these different contracts. And then you're helping your other African people. And so y'all create like a little 3-person agency, and y'all bust out these contracts, and you never had to go to America to make USD. Now, on the flip side, that's the good part for Africans that live on the continent. On the flip side, those of us who are still in America, it makes it very difficult, unless you're somebody that's like invested in real estate or something like that. It makes it very difficult for you to stay in America and to survive there. And a lot of times people don't even realize, because we've talked to hundreds of diaspora who have moved. You guys don't even realize how much pressure you're under in America until you leave to come somewhere like East Africa, even West Africa, South Africa, wherever it is.
What do you mean by that pressure?
The stress of America, like when you're in America.
Why y'all come eat over here? Why y'all eating on the couch?
So I was saying with the stress, like obviously high blood pressure, stress levels, anxiety, people, are suicidal, they're in therapy, they feel like they gotta go to therapy every week. In America, in Africa, these things don't exist as much because we have a different culture. That's why I'm saying there's this invisible pressure that's on Americans in America.
Well, I guess it just depends on the person, because um, if you come over here and you don't really have an income, that's stressful in itself right there.
That's a good point. Yeah,
So that
definitely
I
have an
guess I
income.
guess that's when you said that, it's like, man, because we talk to people like that, and that's very stressful. Every day, every week, we hear this, and it's like, man, that can be very stressful when people don't really have a solid foundation and can't really sustain themselves here and really live their life how they want to back in America. They gonna wish to go back to America to get a job and work.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And the
like,
jobs aren't found.
yeah, so that's why we, pretty much talk about what we talk about, because you need a solid foundation so you won't be in that position where you come here and you still searching for income. You got to have a solid income base so you can and enjoy your life here. Have that peace and joy here instead of being stressed like still. So I guess when you said pressure, that's what I thought about. Like, dang, we did talk to a
That
lot
is
of
pressure,
people
yeah.
that came here and they're struggling like that.
Yeah, by no means. You will never hear us say on our channel. Some other channels may say it. We will never tell you to leave America without having a business. That's not, we didn't do that. And
Yeah.
so we've been out for 4 years. Y'all know we move around, we travel, we invest, we do different things. And the way we're able to do that is through our business. We don't have any W-2 jobs. You haven't had a W-2 in 4 years. I haven't had one in 7 years.
Yeah.
So, and it's becoming even more like it's not even an option anymore. If you guys do this while it's a little bit comfy for you, it's going to be an easier shift. But you're going to keep seeing these layoffs, these bank closures, all these different things, because the American middle class is gone,
Yeah.
basically. Like it doesn't really exist anymore. when
and
Americans go on
it's
TikTok and say
it's
they can't buy food.
it's really crazy to think about because we see the big people like the big owners of the companies stepping down.
Oh yeah, what company was that?
It's a lot that did that
Tyson.
just this
It was
year,
Tyson.
and they like kind of disappear. And we not gonna get started with.
Well, they over in these islands and stuff. They live in
Yeah,
their
I'm
because they
telling
know
you,
America.
even and then they gonna try to um put our people in a position to take the fall. And
Right.
it's I'm not trying to justify anything if you guys understand what I'm saying, but um that's just how it is. All these big people doing all this illegal stuff, they step down because they know what's coming. That our people think is cool um, to try to be in their position. It's just
Right,
it's just
right.
best to
That's true.
have your foundation and get out of there.
Yeah.
Get out.
Because then you're going to be stuck dealing with something that you're not equipped to deal with in that system. So these all these CEOs, they're also living their lives outside of America, and so that should tell you something. These people are preparing to leave. And again, we say this in a lot of these recent lives we've been doing because since 2020, this is the thing that has changed since we've been out of America. We've noticed that it's more white Americans leaving,
Yeah.
and they're going to Europe, they're going to Spain, they're going to Portugal, they're building their houses in their homelands because it's more affordable there and they actually have real food in Europe. Even Europe is a little bit better
Affordability,
than America.
right?
Yeah,
Let's talk about
affordability.
that. How I saw a fact just the other day saying that a single person should make at least $110,000.
Just one person.
Just one person.
They not
A
married.
couple should make $220,000 to have a sustainable life. Comment below. Put a 7 in the chat if you make $110,000 a year.
And then an 8 if you make 220,000.
Like, please, I'm very interested in this. The people that's watching right now, please put a 7 if you make over $100,000 a year. Put an 8 if you don't. Right? Did I say that right?
I said put an 8 if you make 220,000 because you said
No, we got
they
to
wanted
look. Look.
220 for
No,
married
just put
couples.
it like this. Put a 7 in the room if you make 100,000. Put an 8 if you don't. And nobody's commenting.
And then once you don't comment, please find a place. You know what? At this rate, it could be in Costa Rica if that's what you want. Because we have clients who are in Costa Rica. It could be in Costa Rica where it's 60% lower cost of living. Because there's no way, the only way that you can get leverage by being an American right now is by not living in America. That's somewhere like Africa that has a lower cost of living. You know us, we preference Africa over the Caribbean, but that's us. Maybe you like Costa Rica. I don't know.
Yeah. The American dream is to leave America now.
Yeah.
And some people, it's just we talk to a lot of people, we see a lot of people, they still want to go to America. And once they get there, it's a different feeling. They be like, man, why what it's crazy here.
Yeah, people messaging us like, why is childcare so expensive? Like, we've been trying to tell not only the African Americans and the African diaspora, we try to tell our continental cousins too. Now it's different if you're one person,
Okay,
maybe
one
you
person
could kind
can.
of make it work. But if you can't make that work and you have children, childcare alone is multiple thousands of dollars.
Ooh, I can't even imagine. Well, well, everybody be in school, at least school. Well, not
They not in
I'm not
school
even
till
thinking
age
about.
5 and 6.
Yeah,
So for the first 5 years, you either because that person they had to work, so they couldn't stay home.
yeah.
I had the ability to stay home some of the time, but even when
It's
Jeremiah
too
and
much
Jazz
to
were
think
little,
about.
they had to go daycare because at that time I was working in
Yeah,
healthcare.
daycare. Even if I don't want them in school. If we in America, so it's a lot to think about. They putting it right in your face, um, and we're gonna talk about
Jeremiah, hold the car up for your sister and
um,
walk outside.
a couple more.
Go
Can
do
go
it.
to go. I'm sorry, guys. Our children they be fighting over the baby, talking about they love her so much.
God.
But yeah, we got another one about the bridge that we're gonna be talking about too. So look that up.
The bridge.
Yeah. But I see 23 people in the chat. Make sure you get these likes up. We appreciate it. Um, and yeah, so this bridge in Baltimore.
It says SOS alert.
How do you guys feel about that? Have you guys heard about that? Please say you guys heard about that.
You know, our folks, they don't like listening to the news. I understand, but there's also you have to look, there's a scripture in the Bible that says watch and pray. You can't watch and pray if you're not watching.
Which your phone's right
Okay.
there. Okay.
Watch and pray. It's not just pray and pray. It said watch and pray, not just pray, pray, pray. Watch so that you know what to pray about.
Read this.
Oh, it's on your okay.
And this is one of the major bridge that cuts a lot of time out for transportation
In Baltimore.
in Baltimore.
For those not familiar, this is Mallory Sofa Sty. Sounds Italian, I
No,
think.
you don't have to.
Oh, my bad. Okay. For those not familiar with the Francis Scott Key Bridge and its impact on transportation in the Baltimore region, it's one of three ways to cross the harbor. It's a 1.6-mile section of Baltimore's Beltway, I-695, constructed in 1977 for $110 million. 11 million vehicles cross it every year. So this is basically doing a lot of
Yeah, it's just it
destruction
cuts a
to
lot of time
Baltimore.
out. So just imagine the transportation, all the food that's